In my past season of ministry, I had the blessing of not only working with children, but also teens and college students. As I was looking for a volunteer to partner with me in serving a particular high school cheer team, a friend came to mind who had always been impactful in my faith journey. I knew she would be impactful for Christ with these particular teenage girls. She reluctantly said yes, but soon she was blessed by the experience. She shared with me how it was one of the most faith-growing experiences in her life. She said it went beyond what she could do on her own. Every time she was with those girls, sharing God's word, she knew she was totally depending on God to work. There's no greater example of this than the story of Moses and the parting of the Red Sea. The Bible tells the story like this. God sent Moses and his brother Aaron to tell Pharaoh to set his people free because the Israelites had been slaves in Egypt for over 400 years. Pharaoh refused to let God's people go until God sent 10 plagues upon Egypt. Finally, he let the Israelites go. When God led the people out of Egypt, he didn't lead them on the easiest road. He took them through the desert toward the Red Sea. God led them by day with a big cloud, and he led them by night with a pillar of fire. The cloud helped shade the people from the hot desert sun during the day, and the fire helped keep them warm at night. God took care of his people. He always takes care of his people. Meanwhile, back in Egypt, when the king realized the Israelites were gone, he changed his mind, and he decided he wanted them back. Pharaoh took his best men and chariots and started chasing the Israelites. When the Israelites saw the Egyptian army and chariots coming, they were afraid. But Moses said, "Don't be afraid. Just stand still and watch the Lord save you today. The Lord himself will fight for you. You need only to be still." Then Moses raised his hand over the sea, and the Lord opened up a path through the water with a strong wind. The people of Israel walked through the middle of the sea on dry ground, with walls of water on each side. The Egyptians with their horses and chariots chased after the Israelites through the sea. When the Israelites reached the other side, the Lord said to Moses, "Raise your hand over the sea again." When he did, the waters returned, and all the chariots and horses, the entire army of the Pharaoh, drowned. Not a single one survived. When the people of Israel saw the mighty power that the Lord had unleashed against the Egyptians, they were filled with awe before him. They put their faith in the Lord and in his servant Moses. The Israelites took a literal leap of faith by walking into the Red Sea. They did what they could do and then totally depended on God to work. In a message from Christian author Priscilla Shirer, she stated, "We all want to see God part the Red Sea, but we don't want to be the one standing there in front of it. We all want to see miracles, but we don't want to be the one needing a miracle." Basically, most of us love to play it safe. If I'm asked to do something that I know I'm capable of doing, it's easy for me to say yes. But what about the things that go beyond me, go beyond you and your capabilities? The things where you have to be totally dependent upon God. I'll let you in on a secret. Public speaking is that thing for me. If you know me through Bellevue, you know I'm speaking in public weekly, teaching a children's message. While I love to teach God's word and allow God to use me to write a message, there's never been a time I've been completely confident in the one delivering the message. I'm confident in God's word and what I'm teaching, but not in the broken vessel sharing the message. If it were a room full of kids, that's a different subject. Instead, I weekly get to go beyond what I feel capable of doing, and I get to see God work. I weekly get to rejoice in the faith that God is growing in me. My weekly leap of faith, dependence on him, blesses me, and I hope in some small way blesses the kids I'm getting to speak truth to. I pray that you allow God to nudge you to take a leap of faith, to go beyond what you are capable of doing and be totally dependent on Him. The season of life is putting Red Sea moments in our path way too often. Take the leap of faith, be dependent on Him, and see how God shows up every time. Blessings to you, friends.